Oh, Ron, it's not quite welcome to Hibernian, but welcome to your first week at Hibernian. How's it been for you?
Actually, it's been great. I think very busy. I've had lots of very full days, starting early in the morning and ending late in the day. I've had a very good opportunity to learn a lot about the club and meet everybody on the team and just kind of absorb everything. For my first week, I think it's been very good.
You've been a busy man. You've been across Easter Road Stadium. You've been at the Hibernian Community Foundation, and we're recording this at HTC. So you've had a good insight now into how the club works on different levels.
I think so. I mean, I spent the first 3 days at Easter Road, and that was excellent, getting to meet everybody in the different departments and kind of understanding how they work and what they do, and perhaps trying to think of ideas of how we could improve certain things. Yesterday afternoon, I had a chance to meet with the Community Foundation and just kind of see the wonderful work that they do in the community, which I thought was terrific. And I think it's very representative of what the club stands for and should stand for. And then today here at the training center, it's been great to meet with the boys and have a look at how they train and have a chance to talk to Paul and really get a better understanding of the football operation.
It wasn't your average welcome from the Community Foundation either.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my average. They received me with a choir, which was fantastic, and they did a beautiful rendition of Sunshine on Leith, which I think is fantastic.
And you did a convincing job with the lyrics. Is that something you've been working on?
Well, I know the lyrics because as I was looking to get into a possible transaction with Hibs, I spent a whole weekend listening to the Proclaimers. So it was great. And then I had a chance to meet Charlie on Monday, which was fantastic as well. But I love their music, and certainly Sunshine on Leith, I think, is a wonderful anthem for Hibs.
You touched on the process of acquiring the club there. You obviously did your due diligence, but how important has it been this week just to immerse yourself and sort of get to know what everyone's role is and even just the personalities that make up Hibernian?
I think it's kind of my responsibility, I think, just to really understand the workings of the club and to meet everybody that's part of the team. I think from that, hopefully, we'll get some new ideas and new initiatives that will help the club improve. I think part of my responsibility, as I mentioned to supporters last night, is really to kind of help design a strategy and allocate the resources where they need to be. And then we have a terrific leader in Leanne Dempster and the rest of the team. And at that point, I need to get out of the way and let them do what they do best.
And you touched on the conversation you had with supporters at Easter Road last night. It was very much an introductory chat. You're going to be over semi-regularly to discuss these things in more depth.
I think it was great. You know, I've had a couple of meetings. I had a meeting with HSL on Monday, and I had a meeting with supporters yesterday, so essentially supporters groups. And I think it was just wonderful for me to see the love and the passion and just how people are so invested in our club. And so it's just wonderful for me to see firsthand. I got, I think, a wonderful reception. I think hopefully I convinced them of my commitment to the club and its future. And I hope that I'll be having a lot of dialogue with supporters over the years.
And you mentioned HSL. It was something that came up in the meeting with supporters, but obviously none of this is a surprise to them. You've been in conversation with them for some time now as well.
Yeah, I met HSL the day we closed. So it was probably one of the first supporters groups that I met with. I think there are things that we're going to do together. We're kind of refining and defining what's the best way to work together. But the supporters are an integral part of the future of the club, and they need to be involved and engaged in the club. So I'm looking forward to doing more things with supporters.
And it's your first chat with Hibs TV, but it won't be your last. There'll be other opportunities to talk about these things in more depth in the weeks and months to come.
Yes, I think so. I mean, I'm going to try to be here as often as I can, which is, I think, initially fairly often. Spend maybe 10 days at a time in Edinburgh or in Scotland, because I'll go to away games too. Just maybe come for a weekend, catch the game, work during the week, and then catch the following weekend, and then head on back. So I should be here often enough.
And it's not just the various pillars of the Hibernian family that you've met this week. You really have thrown yourself in at the deep end. There's been a few hands to shake.
Yeah, I think I had a chance to meet some community leaders. Liz at the Chamber of Commerce was super informative in terms of the city and where it's going, and some of the initiatives around the corporate side of Edinburgh, which I think is an important part for us to be engaged with. I also had a chance to meet with the league, Neil Doncaster, and I think he gave me a very nice overview of the league and more or less how it works. So I'm looking forward to just kind of having a better understanding of that as well. And then Game Changers was another organization that I got a chance to meet with Linda, and that was I think really positive. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful community work that Hibs is associated with and is a part of and is a catalyst for, which I think is great. I think it really gives our club a lot more meaning, and that's, I think, very good.
For all the conversations and meetings and important stuff this week, you did look like you enjoyed just being out on the grass and juggling a ball while the team trained.
I love that, actually. I mean, I love the game, and just to see the boys kind of how they work and just get ready for a season that we all hope is going to be terrific. But I think I'm very happy, and just kind of reflecting a little bit on my conversations with the football staff and with Paul. I think there's a lot of optimism that we have a very, very strong squad.
And looking forward to your first glimpse of the guys in the flesh on Saturday.
I am. I'm going to be, I think it's in Stirling. We're going to be heading over there. So I'm looking forward to being there and supporting the team.
And finally, before we let you go, you met another famous Hibs fan just before you checked into Easter Road this week. Talk us through your encounter with Andy. Well, not just Andy Murray, the entire Murray clan.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was great. I had a chance to connect with Andy Murray at Wimbledon on last Friday, which was fantastic. And as you all know, his grandfather played for Hibs. So he's been a lifelong Hibs fan. So it was good to connect with him. And I hope that we're doing more things in the future with him. But I also had a chance to spend 45 minutes with his mother, Judy, who was absolutely delightful. And she just gave me a really good insight into Scotland and tennis. And it was just wonderful to spend some time with her.
And I'm sure they chewed your ear off about Ryan Porteous and Fraser Murray, who they obviously play a big role in as academy mentors.
You know what? They're very excited about both Ryan and Fraser. I mean, and we are too as a club. I mean, the two very talented kids, and I hope that they're going to continue to grow and progress and to mature into some phenomenal players.
And finally, Ron, it's maybe the first chance you've had to speak directly to the Hibs supporters en masse. Do you have a message or a few words for them?
Well, I think probably what I would want them to know is that I'm entirely committed to Hibs. I kind of started falling in love with the club when I started looking at it. And now that I've been here and I had a chance to spend some time a little bit more in depth, I am very, very excited and very much love this club. This is a fantastic club. It's got some great possibilities. And I'm very fortunate to be able to be a part of that.